we're gonna have tonight. This is a biggie. This is a biggie. He's 17 inches wide. We are gonna decorate the heck out of this guy. I made one for myself, and then I had so many other people comment that they wanted one. So I was like, okay, well, let's make a couple other ones. So this is the first one of its size that I am making to sell. I'm going to have it listed. There's a listing out there right now at sweetariadecor.com. It's a placeholder listing for this one, but we are going to be decorating this very, very large jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. Just for scale, this is my head, and this is him. He's pretty big. He's pretty big. Pretty big. So he's going to end up being probably about that tall. So the other one I made was about 26 inches tall, 26 inches wide. This one's kind of going to be about the same. Now, the other one I made also was a candy corn theme. I am a sucker. I'm a sucker for candy corn. Ha! Get it? Because it's an actual sucker. All right. So we're going to decorate him with, this is just a slight example of what I've got. I've got tons of florals, okay? I've got these, I've got black leaves. I need some taller things. So I got black leaves. I've got tall black roses. Okay, we have these awesome, these are my favorite candy corn picks. These are from Joann. I love these so much because they're tall. They have smaller versions of it too, but I like the tall ones. Right, so this got 4 pieces on there. I've got a bunch of these. I also have a lot of these little chenille stems, right? These kind of like little curls, things that are going to add some height. But again, nothing too heavy because we don't want him to become top heavy and topple over. If anybody knows about being top heavy, it's me. So there are 2 giant curls in here. So these are some pretty big ones. And then I've got this little sucker. So I'm going to put this off to the side right now because Mama needs some room. Mama needs some room. All right. What we're going to start out by doing is making a bow. I'm going to make a bow. I've got lots of different, here's the different patterns I have, just some of them, of different candy corn theme. I threw a plaid in there. I've also got, as the 4-inch ribbon, we're going to do this orange and black, and then we have it as a thinner layer on the top to kind of like bring it back and kind of tie it all together, as well as a 1.5-inch candy corn. So we've got a lot of that. This might be the last. This is the last of my roll. It's getting kind of skinny. All right, so I'm gonna make a bow. Hey Justin, how's it going? How are you doing? Are you as crazed as I am right now? I don't even know how I'm gonna handle 4th quarter. 3rd quarter's been too much for me. 4th quarter, I don't know. I'm going to be freaking out, man. Freaking out. So much going on. All I want to do is sit down and watch TV right now, but I know I can't. All right. So we're going to start with the bow here. All right. So I'm going to take all these other ones off here. I use a bow maker. Now this is called the Easy Bows Design Pro. I love it. There's a link to it in the link tree in my bio. I like it because I have a hard time holding on to all the ribbons in my hand. My fingers don't work too good. I love this because it gives me more control over where my loops go, and I can really see how it's going to look as I'm building it. Plus, halfway through, if I got to stop and pee, or like somebody comes to the door, or like, oh, Grey's Anatomy's on, I can just stop and leave it in here, and I can just leave the bow where it is, and nothing happens to it. So it's great for a lazy crafter. All right, so we're going to start off with this 4-inch ribbon. I'm going to dovetail it. What that means is I take the wired edges, put them together, okay, and then I cut angled from the inside toward the outside, and we get a nice dovetail. That's where it comes from. It keeps it, it's a nice finish, and it keeps it from fraying, okay? So for this bow, it's going to be a sizable bow. I mean, we got a big buddy over here, right? He's pretty big. So I think, yeah, we're going to go, this layer is going to be 9. It's going to hit at, how big is that one? Hold on, I gotta go check my other pumpkin. Turning him around. I'm checking him for reference. Now you know what? I think we might go a little bit bigger. I think we're gonna go 10-inch tail on him, okay? So So then I'm pinching and twisting this ribbon. I'm putting it right back through the dowels. All right, so now that's the pretty side, and here's the icky side. Ooh, what do we do with that? Well, we'll come over here, putting this through. I'm gonna make this, it's gonna be like an 8-inch loop, a healthy 8-inch loop, okay? Pinch and twist again. So I might end up trimming that tail a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I'm gonna go 8 inches here. All right, and notice I'm not squishing it down. I'm just roughly kind of like where it wants to bend on its own should kind of be at 8 inches. So that's perfect, all right? I'm gonna try to go through this as quick as I can with less explanation and more talking about Halloween decor. So my porch is Halloween themed, obviously for Halloween, but like cutesy Halloween, okay? But it is not demure. It is not mindful, but it is very cutesy. I do candy corn because I don't like scary stuff. I just don't. Life is scary enough. I don't need anything else to scare me. Opening my mortgage statement every month is enough of a scare. I need nothing else to threaten me with a cardiac event. Thank you very much. So that's why I like the cute stuff. Also, my daughter, up until fairly recently, did not like scary Halloween stuff. Now she wants to watch slasher movies at age 11, and I'm like, no, no thank you. All right, so we have this layer on there. The next layer that we're going to do is, which one did I put next, is this. Now this is like it's a thicker, I wouldn't call it a burlap, but it's a thicker ribbon, so it's got some glitter candy corn, but it's a little busier pattern, so I'm going to put this kind of toward the back, so that's why this is going to go next. So I'm going to come in and do a little bit shorter on my tails, okay? Because let me look at right now. Let's take a look at. Yeah, that's kind of about the right size. Boy, this is a big one, I tell you. This is crazy. Okay, so this tail, because I had started with my tail on the right, now I'm starting with my tail on the left. That one came out to 10 inches. I'm going to make this one kind of come out to like 9. All right. And then we're going to do a 7.5 inch loop over here. Do you guys like slasher flicks like Scream and all that kind of stuff? I always hated going to sleepovers like in middle school because that's what they watch, like the Freddy Krueger stuff. And no ma'am, that is not my jam at all. Scary. I don't like scary. I don't. Here we go. Oh, I remember one movie we watched was called Piranha, and we used to swim at a lake every summer. And that summer, I did not go into the lake very much. No way. That's when I decided I don't want to watch scary stuff, right? Here we go. Brandy, how's it going? Carol, everybody joining, thank you guys so much. This is so fun. So you know what movie scared the crap out of me when I was a kid? And please don't laugh at me. Beetlejuice, and I'm only saying his name one time. I'm not saying it again. The B-Man, I'll call him. I don't know why. It scared me. I don't know if it was because I was young or going through something. I don't know. But it scared me. And even as an adult, I won't watch it. But now my daughter wants me to take her to see the second movie in a dark theater. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to face my fear, but I think I'm going to have to take some Xanax before I go. I tell you. I don't know. All right, next we are going with our next layer, which is going to be this plaid. Throwing it on here, and I can start going back on the right-hand side now because I did my other tail on the left. Now I'm coming back to the right. That was 9 inch, so we're going to go like maybe 8.5 on this one. That was a 7.5 inch loop, so we're going to do a 7 inch loop on this one. Now this one, this is kind of hard to tell what's the front and what's the back because it kind of looks the same on this ribbon, but I still pinch and twist. Here we go. Now we got a 7 inch coming out. Awesome. I literally have been waiting for this shipment to arrive from Craft Outlet. And then I've got another shipment coming from Joann for the black florals. So the reason I like the ones from Joann is because, yes, I can get black roses other places, but then they have green on them. I don't want that. I want black. If I'm going for like, I don't know, or like the orange roses. I like these because they have the black. If I put the green in here, I could use them, yes. But to me, I just don't like that. Yeah. Brandy, you can see her from the beginning this time. Yep. So, and I will talk about what I've done on the top as soon as I get the bow done. So our next layer is going to be this larger print candy corn. This is kind of more of a satiny ribbon, but it's okay. I normally don't like satiny ribbons, but this one is not bad. I like it. And it's not directional. I hate directional ribbon. I think we all do, because then you got to do extra pinching and twisting so it doesn't look upside down. Some people, it doesn't bother them if the direction is upside down. It bothers the crap out of me. So, okay, we'll put that one at like 6 inch. So I have to make sure when I do directional stuff, I take the extra time and I put it the way it's supposed to go. Because otherwise it will haunt me and I won't be able to look at it. Ugh. Here we go. I'm very weird like that. That's one of the things I've been trying to work on as a crafter, is not having to make things be so symmetrical. Asymmetry bothers me. Unless it's super asymmetry and you're watching Big Bang Theory. Sorry, never mind. Anyway. Ooh, the black greenery at Michael's. I did see some of that there too. I did get some of theirs, I think, too. Some really nice black leaves. I think they were like flocked leaves. I think that's where I got them. I've been buying everything from everywhere so much. I don't even remember what I got at some places, to be honest. My poor kid, I'm dragging her around to all these craft stores. Not a fan now that you're a senior. Yeah, it's a funny, like, you like the jump scare stuff when you're younger, and then when you're older, you're like, oh, hell no. No, I don't want that. No, thank you. Okay, so next layer we're going with is going to be this. I love this ribbon. I got to put this in my next order from Craft Outlet. I just love it. I like that it's a darker orange. And I like that it mimics the 4 inch. So we're bringing that pattern back again. Okay. So we'll probably put this, is like that's at a 5 inch. Well, maybe I'll go a little bit. We'll go 5.5 on that one. 5.5. 5.5. Okay, then it hits at 7. Perfect. So I don't know what my HOA rules are for putting out Halloween, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do it this weekend. I don't care what they say. Like, it's not Halloween. I'm celebrating National Candy Corn Awareness Month. Can we make that a thing? I'll make it a thing. All right, here we go. All right, I gotta put my pins back in my ribbons right away. Now let me get my ribbons off of here because I need room. Mama needs room, babies. Mama needs room, okay? I still have this one to use and the other one, so let me pop over behind me real quick. Oh gosh, it's a mess. And I actually put away most of my Halloween decor except the stuff that I used to make the pumpkins. So that was fun. All right. Then I got out my fall, so I was not planning to do it the day that I did, and I was so exhausted. Oh my gosh. You know what it's like when you're switching out holidays. It's just, it makes you rethink, like, why am I doing this? This is a lot of work. You know, and then the bins start coming crashing toward your face, and you see the face of God, and he's like, run, girl, run! But yeah, that happened to me. And I was on a ladder, too, so that was not the best. And I was alone. That's the other thing you shouldn't ever do, is be on a ladder when you're home alone. Did I listen when I was told not to do that? No, I did not. because you always think you know better until something bad happens. I don't care how old you are, your mother is always right, and mine was, and still is to this day, about pretty much everything. All right, here we go. All right, school start, yes, because school started, I think it is officially Halloween season. I say once you see it in the stores, I should be able to put it out, because it's very unfair to see all this cool stuff in the store and then you're like, oh, well, you can't put it out yet. The hell, I'm not gonna. I paid for it. I'm putting it out. You know, I decorate for joy, my own personal joy. Sometimes that personal joy in decorating means that my decor I consider to be the unput away laundry. It's my decor. All right, what we're gonna do now is grab a black chenille stem. I'm gonna pick this whole thing up from the bottom a little bit and then push down from the top. That's my old saying here is like a BLT sandwich. Squish it, keep your layers together. Okay. Now I am twisting the black chenille stem a little bit. Now I'm going to twist the ribbon, actually twist the bow, because the tighter I make this, then the more the layers can pop. Okay. I'm going to leave about that much. Okay. Here we go. So let's fluff our bow. All right. This is a big baby. This is a big one. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put my bow maker back to the side. Now I'm going to bring over my pick machine. If you don't have a pick machine, you can always just wrap your chenille stem around. You can wrap it around like one of the stems from florals that you've cut off. That usually works as well. All right. Oops. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. This pick machine is so heavy. It's like getting a whole arm workout. It's an arm day, guys. It's an arm day. All right. I'm still going to keep that over there because I might have to put a pick on something else, but oh my gosh. All right, so let's put him in. Well, first of all, let's take the tag off. Yeah, so he does light up. Okay. I think we are going to go this way with our bow, and I think we want to put him kind of like right in here. All right, so I'm going to put glue right on this pick. Both sides. Okay, going in, pushing it down. All right. It is in there. So what this is gaps and cracks. If you've never used it before, it's basically spray foam. It's spray foam insulation that you can get at like the home improvement store. It's right by the masking tape and stuff like that. And you can spray it on here, and what it does is it hardens within 24 hours, and it acts like your floral foam. Now, it does puff up a little bit more than when you put it on there. It does get a little puffy. You know. And if you'll excuse me, I will be right back. I have to go take care of something. I will be right back. Give me 60 seconds, okay? I apologize. I had to go to the bathroom. Not gonna lie, I had to go. And it wasn't gonna wait. So I had to go. Sorry about that. All right. So what I want to do, I want to fluff this up a little bit to give it some other stuff around the back. Also, we want to make sure we don't really see this. We are going to be putting lots of stuff in here. But what I like to do, because I freaking hate using Spanish moss. Spanish moss to me is the devil's tool. Ugh, it smells, it's gross, it's messy. And it always ends up glued on my fingernails. So I like to actually use mesh. So I'm going to cut 5 strips of mesh, probably at about, I don't know, maybe 24 inches long. So here's strip 1, 2, 3. I should have cut this before. Sorry about that. 3. Oops, come on. My blue-handled scissors are getting a little dull. I don't know what I'm going to do. gonna have to order more. I see a DecoExchange order in my future. 4, and then 5. And what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna make cruffles, okay? And I'm gonna use about 1/2 piece of the chenille stem to secure it. So I've got some white chenille stems over here. So a cruffle, if you're not a crafter, is basically, it's like a ruffle with a curled end. So you see how the mesh, it wants to go like that, right? We're going to let it do that. So we are going to curl that up. All right, and we're going to curl this down. All right, and then we're going to just scrape it up the middle, make a little ruffle, and what you end up with is this, which is a very cute bow tie. Then I'm going to take pipe cleaner, kind of just go around. I only want to use 1/2 piece. I don't want to waste this, so I'm just literally going to just put it around there, okay? Just twist it, because this is going to end up going into my pick machine, because we're going to stab this right into the foam, okay? So we've got 1. Put that off to the side by the pick machine. Cruffle number 2. And then when I do put the florals in, I will actually, I kind of go around where the cruffles are, unless I'm trying to get into a very specific spot. I really try not to pierce anything through the mesh. Otherwise, it kind of snags, and it's just a pain in the butt. And, you know, I'd rather not do that. So I try to go around it. And it's fine, because this is only really attached in one very small spot with one pick. So it's easy to kind of like move the mesh, go around it. But this is, you know, the mesh isn't really super expensive. You know, we're only using 5 pieces of it, right? So it adds some nice, it makes the back look nice and pretty. You don't have to do this. You could always use the other stuff if you want to, but this is just kind of like a nice filler. Plus, you know, it adds a touch of the color, and then you can see it from the front too, so it gives some of that visual interest too. So this one that I'm making, I'll go along, I'll say this. I do have a listing for this one. This one will be for sale. There is a listing that's already out there on my site. My shop is sweetariadecor.com, A-R-I-A, just like it says in my handle there, down on the bottom of Tiki-Taki. So this one's going to be for sale. If you decide you would like it while we're making this, then it is going to be available. I will put the final pictures on there tonight once I'm done making this as well. But people have been asking me if I was going to sell the other one that I had. And I was like, no, that one was mine. But I decided, well, let's make some. We'll make some. If people are asking, they're obviously interested. So I like to give the people what they want. Here we go. I'm only leaving about 1 inch. That's all I really need of the pipe cleaner. And here we go with our last curl. And then we're going to stab these suckers in there. I start adding them. I start with behind the bow, and then I work toward the back. So that is where we're going to start in just a second. So here we go. Moving this in. I apologize that I'm not doing this like where you're seeing my face, but I figure you guys are probably more interested in seeing what we are doing with Mr. Pumpkin as opposed to looking at my face, which, quite frankly, is not anything pretty to look at. It's thinner than it used to be, but it's still, I ain't winning no beauty pageants. All right. All right. Brandy, yes, I'm going to be at Max and John's event next year. I live in Chicago, so it's not that far of a drive for me. I think maybe like 4 hours. So my parents don't know this yet, but they're going to be babysitting for my daughter. Surprise! All right. Move my pick machine back over. We can put some picks on these babies. So I just move the pick up, lay it in there, push the handle down, and it puts a pick on there. These are very, very sharp. Very, very sharp. Please do not accidentally, oh, I don't know, Linda, step on them or get them under your fingernails when you're trying to clean the broken ones up off of the floor. Because then Aria learns some new words that are not for her age group. Oh, who am I kidding? She knows them all almost anyway. Not that I want her to say them, but you know. I did take her to see Deadpool and Wolverine. Why? Because I'm a great mom. I believe she needs to see the beauty that is Ryan Reynolds. Yes, Brandy, awesome. All right, it's a date, girl. It's a date. Awesome. I cannot wait. That is going to be so fun. Max and John together, I mean, individually they're awesome, but together it's like, they remind me of just, I don't know, of how cute they are. They got the chemistry like Steve Martin and Martin Short. I don't know, just, I like that. They're so fun. All right, so I'm going to put one of these behind here. So I want to support this bow, okay? And I want to keep it on the angle. But I'm going to come in probably like this. So I'm going to put one right here, all right? So let me get some glue on this, and it's going to kind of be in an up and down pattern. I don't want to drip the glue on the mesh though, so. All right. Okay, there's one, and then I go and I do one behind here, and then I fill in the rest. So I like to kind of place it here and see where we want to put it. I think probably an up and down one there as well. Okay. And I do have enough foam on here where I don't have to worry about cutting any part of the pick off, because it's going to go in all the way. It's not going to hit pumpkin. This is not the kind of, it's a blow mold pumpkin, so this is not the kind of pumpkin that you can, it's plastic. You don't want to pierce this, okay? All right, so we got those, and I have 3 pieces left. So what I'll probably do is an up and down in the back, because both these other pieces were already up and down, right? So we're gonna we'll do an up and down. All right. All right. Now the top of that, I'm gonna kind of put in the middle there. Perfect. And now we can go sideways, butterfly style on either side. And it will be all pretty and covered, and we didn't have to use any of that icky, gross Spanish moss crap. Sorry, stuff. I use language, and I swear, if you don't like that, then I'm not your gal. I mean, I'm not going to drop the F-bomb. Unless I burn myself with glue, then all bets are off. Yeah. And I will burn myself with glue, because it's not a Linda Live unless I burn myself. Yeah. Okay. So see, it's already pretty because we've already covered it. Lots of mesh. Then when I go to put the stuff in there, I just, oh, there it is. It's accessible. It's right there. It's just like parting the curtains, if you know what I mean. Okay. Anywho. All right, so the next thing we want to do is I'm going to start with some of my larger, taller items. So to me, that means starting with these. I've got these 2 very large curls. So these are my biggest pieces, okay? So what I want to do is set those in first, because then everything else I put in there is going to go around it. So let's see. And I'm going to break these apart. Oh, there are 3 on here. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. All right. And then just pull that wire down. So these are actually relatively tall, right? But these are probably going to use for the sides, because this one is on a nice thick pick. Say that 5 times fast. We're going to make that the tallest one. So I'm going to kind of go behind here, because I can kind of see where the foam is, so I can kind of gauge how tall do I need this to be. All right, so where do I need to cut it off? All right, and I think right where I have my thumb is probably a good spot. I don't want this to be super, super tall. All right. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to put the first one in. I like to put the first one kind of not up and down center. I want it centered spaced, but a little bit on an angle, okay? And I'm going in between the mesh, all right? So this one is sharp enough where this should be able to pierce the foam without me having to put a pick on it. So I'm just going to stab the crap out of the foam and see if it stays. All right, cross your fingers, guys. Here we go. There he goes. I'm going to add a little dab of glue, just a little extra, to make sure he stays. There we go. All right. I'm also trying to make sure that I don't leave too much, I don't have too much glue and I accidentally, you know, drip. I can already tell you that the bow is too long, and we're gonna make a little bit of haircut right here, okay? Some of these we're gonna go haircut, okay? About 1 inch. I'm not really so much worried about the front as I am about the back. Is just a little too long. All right. I'm sitting here thinking, wow, my neighbor has been rolling in his garbage cans for a really long time. No, Linda, that's thunder. And the thunder rolls, and the lightning strikes. Yep, please don't strike me. If the lightning's gonna strike, it better wait until I'm all done, because I don't have my battery-powered glue gun charged up. All right, there we go. I'm liking that better already. That was bothering me, and I might still do a little bit of trimmy down at the bottom, but we shall see. Woo! Small details. Hello again. Hello, Sherry. Thank you so much for the gifting. Oh my gosh, you guys are so kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know, when I started doing lives, I'm like, I don't know if anybody's gonna care. Like, is anybody gonna care to see this kind of stuff? But people do. It's such a community. I love the community. I love showing people who don't normally make things too, just how fun some of this stuff can be. All right, now I am going to add a pick onto this, because the wire on this one is much thinner. So I just want it gives it a little bit more support. Okay, so I'm going to put some glooby dooby on that. And this time we're going to go in from the side here. There we go. Woo, looking fun, looking fun. Loving it. Now this one I'm going to take a little bit off the wire, okay? And I'm going to put a pick on him too. You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but don't pick your nose with one of those, because that'll hurt. Okay, sorry. I'm in a weird mood. I think it's, I had a lot of sugar, and I haven't been eating a lot of sugar lately because I'm on Mounjaro, which is working wonderfully. But I'm like not used to eating some stuff, and I had lots and lots of sugar today, and now I'm not feeling very good at all. Oh, bad choice, Linda, bad choice. I had ice cream. That's kind of part of the reason why I was in the bathroom. TMI. I'm the queen of TMI, guys. But if you do take any of those medications like Mounjaro, yeah, there's some really fun side effects. Like, oh, you're planning to leave home today? Ha ha, we have other plans for you. Wah ha ha. All right. Now we've got these really cute, look at these. There's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. I had to add again. I'm not good at math. Even the basics, man. Even the basics. Cannot do it. All right, I'm going to pull these apart just like I did the last ones, because I don't want to just stick it in there, because you see, like, if I stick it in there, then it just looks like, I don't know, it looks like Triton's Trident or something. It doesn't look right. So we want to break these apart, put all these pieces in there individually. Maybe 2 of them I might leave together, like on this one. All right. But I definitely want to separate out these 2. Ow. Oh, it hit me. Dang. All right. I got to go back behind the camera and double check, because if it doesn't see me being active, then it wants to turn me off. Okay, so here we go. This one's actually separating from that stem already. So here we go. So here's these cute little curls. And this has got a good stem on there, so I don't think I need to add any picks from the pick machine, but I am going to kind of do what I call like a little bit of a dry fit, right? So I figure I'm going to have to take maybe about an inch off of the bottom. These are going to be so fun and so cute. I love making these. I've got 3 smaller size jack-o'-lanterns. They're still big, but they're not this big. They're 17 inches tall. And I'm a little quirky and fun, yes, but I'm also a little bit TMI. Sorry. You know, when I first started going live, I was told, be authentic. And I was like, I don't know who's going to want to see that. But apparently you guys are all freaks like me, so welcome to the freak show. Enjoy. Now, everybody's always a little freaky to some extent. Being like everybody else would be way too boring. Nobody likes that. I don't know. I don't like being around people that act like they've got a stick shoved up their butt. Like one of these. Ow, no. That would hurt. Don't do that. All right. Okay, so I've got 2. But I also don't want to neglect the back, right? So we're doing the sides and stuff, but we got to have some stuff coming out the back. So I think that's what this next one is going to do. Is I have a kind of bringing some depth backwards. So I'm going to go right in here, okay? And we're going to kind of come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. There you go. Perfect. He's looking good there. Now I got 2 left. 2 of these left. So let's, sorry. I can't work if there's mess. That's my thing. Now the floor can be messy as heck. I don't care, but I can't work. Look how they're so bouncy. They're so, look at that, it's so cute. I love it. Okay. So we need to fill in some around here. I've got 2 pieces left, okay? Both are going to get a little trimmy. All right. I think this one probably coming out like this way, okay? So I'm going to put that right in there. It might be easier to have a glue pot too. I just tend to burn myself with a glue pot, so I don't have mine on. All right, and now I want one to be coming down. So see how I've got one coming up over here? It's kind of going up. This one I want to come down. Otherwise, it's going to look like too weird, right? So, and I'm going to trim a little bit off of there. And I'm probably going to save putting that sucker in until after I get some of my other florals in here, okay? All right, I'm pushing him right in front of that mesh. And I love how wired it is because it just goes where I want it to. Okay, so here, let me show you where we're at right now. Life is too short to be uptight. So Bethy, I have this listed for $199 with $24.99 shipping because he's a big guy and there's gonna be a lot in him. There's gonna be a lot in him, but trust me, he will be worth it. He's got this cord is 34 inches long, so if you need to put him outside, hopefully it's in a covered area, right? We want a covered area, but I love putting things on a timer because I'm so lazy and I never remember to go and turn stuff on. So I love using timers. Okay, now what I like to do next is I'm going to add in some leaves before I do my florals, okay? Now I've got a bunch of different kinds of leaves here. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do our candy corn picks. All right? Because these actually have some black on here, okay? So we're gonna do these, and then I will worry about putting in the leaves and stuff, mainly because I want to make sure wherever I put those leaves doesn't cover this cool stuff, all right? So I've got 2 of these really tall ones. These are Bloom Room. They came from Joann. 50% off right now. I was just at Joann tonight. It seems like every other day I'm at Joann now. They still had a lot of Halloween stuff out. So, I don't want to put the whole thing in here. I'm going to pull these two off. Okay? But I am going to put this... Ooh. Am I? That is a really stiff branch. All right, I'm going to try to cut it right here. Let's see if I can do it with my dad's snips. Here we go. Okay, let's try it again. Keep going, keep going. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, She-Ra, Princess of Power. I did it. Yay. That was a tough one, man. All right, I'm going to slop in with some glue. And I'm going to try to go right behind this, well, behind or front. Now, I'm going kind of next to, but a little bit behind this curl, okay? Push, push, push. All right. That is in there. I'm going to add a little extra glue for some stability just around the back. But he had a lot of glue on him, so I'm not worried about him at all. He's good. He's good. All right. Now I'm going to put a flower here, so I'm not worried about that. Okay. Okay, that's going there. Let me see. Got one of these, so I'm going to stick this in. I'm going to add a pick onto this. This wire is really thin, and I just want it to have a little bit more substance to be grabby with. All right. Oh, crap. I screwed up that pick. All right. Now we're going to add some. We're going to put him right over here, right? This is, again, like we did before. We're going to start kind of at the top and then kind of work our way around. All right. All right. I have this nice, this is just a simple black branch, but I think just to add a little bit of black color without having to have the other stuff in it, let's just kind of go like there. All right. Let me see what else we have. Sorry, let me get the florals out of here. And this is the other one that I have too. Break this apart. This is from Bloom Room as well. I take these black branches off and use these individually. But like, this was $7.99. Okay, I should have bought more. This whole thing was $7.99, and then you take 50% off. This whole thing would be $4, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So I'm gonna cut him into a bunch of different little pieces. Okay. And then I will use the black leaves. I kind of use those to go around the bottom of the pumpkin, like kind of like at the base of where the foam is. Oh man, we really are having some storms come in. So I apologize if anything goes out. I mean, it shouldn't, but if it suddenly disappears, I either A, am in the bathroom. That's more likely than the fact that we might have some loss of power. All right. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna put those here over there for a second. I'm gonna finish working on these black branches. This actually came from a garland. I bought the garland and I've just cutting pieces off there too. All right, so let's look at what is my tallest piece that has candy corn on it. And I think it's kind of these two. All right. So I want to add some more back here. Yeah, I'll go that way. So we can still see it from the back. It's not technically sticking up out of the top, but you can see it from the back. go. All right, now I want to worry about coming over on the side. I want to have a little piece of candy corn here for sure. So we're going to cut some of this off because this is a little long. All right. Now, my foam is like over here, so I can jam it in there, but it's pretty close to the edge, so I don't have to worry about having a super long piece. And I want to get something, we need to have some of this in here, so I'm just going to pull this up. Right in there. All right. And I already see a place where I would like to put one of these leaves. This is going to go kind of behind the bow. Kind of coming up right out of here. Good. Just adds a little bit of interest here. So, and the good thing is, like, if it's wired, you can just bend it a little bit and it goes where you want it to. I love wired stuff. It listens so much better than my children ever did. Sarah, Noah, if you're watching this, you know it's true. Oh, so sorry, I was trying to read the comments. This pumpkin came from the at-home store. It was $34.99. It's now on sale, I think, for $31.49. I was just reading my sale email from them, so it went on sale. I love this big guy. All right, we got a couple other pieces to work with here, so let's look at. We need to put some down in here. All right, so we're going to take this one. Shove, 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 go, 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 go. All right. Nice. So now we can see that from here too. It doesn't have any candy corn on it, but it's got the balls. And as long as you have the balls, that's really all that matters, right? Grab them by the balls. I'm talking about the candy corn picks, guys. All right. Let's add some more good stuff to the back here. So I have just a plain black branch. We want to fill in. There's nothing really right in here, so let's open this guy up. Go in there. Jam him in. Awesome. And now we've got some more of the depth kind of coming out backwards. Because if someone comes up to your door, you know, on the way out, they're going to see the back of your pumpkin. So you got to make sure we do all the parts, make sure everything is all nice and covered. All right. I'm going to want a piece. Take that little nub off. Hold on. Cut my little nub off so it goes in a little deeper and I don't have to fight it. Where do I want this again? Oh, I think like right in here. Shove, shove, shove. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far. I've got one more piece of this that I'm going to put looking at the back. Oh, first of all, let's get the price tag off. Jeez. Oh, Linda. See, I don't take the price tags off ahead of time because I want to be able to tell you where it's from and how much. But then I forget to take the price tags off. Oh, yeah. That's me. All right. I kind of feel like we need a piece back here. And we definitely want to have some candy corn on it. So let's cut this other little nub off. And I can always add some more. I do have some more of these later. So if I get done and I'm like, I think I need a little bit, I've got more that I can add in here if need be. All right. But again, this is going to be for sale at sweetartydecor.com. So we got all my stuff listed. All right, so let's get into putting some of these branches in here now. There's really only two of these. So get the paper off, clean it up a little bit. Figure where I want it to go. I think definitely want some right in here, okay? can see kind of like right in here. There's not a lot of black right down here, so I want to add a little touch of that. So I'm going to add my glue. Glue, glue, glue. Glug, glug. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. Perfect, because now we can see it right through there. And it breaks this up a little bit, okay? Which is awesome. And we've got the ones up there. So I think this one, I kind of think we need a little bit, maybe like of this guy, like right in here, I think maybe a little bit. But I don't want him to cover that curl, so well, maybe I shouldn't have him go behind. Yeah, you know what? He's going to go behind it. He's going to go behind it, okay? I'm going to take just a little bit of this really thin wire off. I really wish that were slightly thicker, but, you know, because it's not just the length of your pick, ladies and gentlemen. It's also the girth. That is also important. Because you want it to stay in. All right, and this is something that you're going to have year over year, so it's got to be something that's going to hold up. But hopefully this would be stored very carefully in a nice, safe space. There we go. This one needs to be a little bit smaller. I'm sorry. It needs to be a little bit. There we go. All right. Okay, so I think we are done with that. We had some other black leaves. Where were those? Yep. So what we're going to do is take some of these black leaves. These are just black glitter leaves. And I'm going to kind of put them down here, just kind of going around the bottom of Mr. Pumpkin. Now, I'm not going to use the whole thing. I kind of cut this stem in half so I can make this into two pieces. So I cut it usually right here. There's a good spot. All right. This one. Now these I don't have to put picks on. These I can just stab in there right away. And I'll leave that one whole for a second. But I do want to cut off a bit more of the ends because that's a lot. I don't want to stab that whole thing in there. All right. So I'm going to leave about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches if I'm feeling generous. And I just go right underneath it. Lift up the mesh. Put this under here. And there we go. And it doesn't take a lot, but it's just adding just, I don't know, a little bit of the fun, a little bit of the magic. All right. Flip it around. There we go. Wait, no, that goes that way. What am I doing? Lord. All right. There we go. That one's a little bit twisty. There we go. Okay, so now I've got our next piece. This is a little bit longer. So I might actually have him kind of coming out from, I think from right there actually. I got a lot of this. So this also came from Joann. This was, I think it was $5.99. It was $7.99, but it's half off, so it's $4, and you get a lot on here. So I've used this a lot. It really goes far. The pumpkin was from, the pumpkin is from the at-home store, and yes, it is going to be $1.99 plus $24.99 shipping. It's going to cost me at least $40 to $45 to ship this thing, probably. So I do take I cover a portion of the shipping cost. I do have a carrier that I use that gives me discounted shipping, so it would cost a lot more if I didn't use them, that's for sure. So I'm very grateful to use worldwide shipping. All right, so sorry, I took a seat. Mama's tired. I'm gonna add a little bit more glue. We're gonna kind of go around. I kind of feel like I need a piece right up here. I want just a little bit, there we go. See, I wanted just a little bit of leaf showing, just a tiny little bit. And then again, I'm gonna do that over here in the gap between here and here, because we can see, I don't want to have anywhere where I can see the white foam, right? So we're going in here, and it just kind of helps camouflage it a little bit. Because like I said before, I will do anything I can to avoid having to use Spanish moss. That stuff is, it's the devil's crafting tool. It stinks. And it gets stuck on my fingernails. I think that's the worst thing, is I glue it to my fingernails, and then I spend the rest of the night picking it off. That's not how I want to spend my nights. All right. You see, here we go. Just going to add another little section. Boop. All right. Let's add some more here. Oh, the thunders are coming. And it doesn't have to be flush right with the bottom. It can be up a little bit too, just to kind of like cover some of the white. Like that one, you see how it came up just a little bit? So it's not totally all flush against the bottom of the pumpkin. We don't want that. That looks a little bit too uniform. All right. Here is a nice big long one. We're going to stick it right in here. Oh. There we go. Ugh, I'm pulling off the little glue pieces. I call it glue snot. It's glue snot. It's gross. All right, so let's get another one of our black leaves. Cut it in half again. Does seem a little time consuming, but it's worth it in the end. All right. So Carol, I saw it somewhere originally. It was on a much smaller scale. And then I just kind of started doing pumpkins, and then I think I saw someone else do a big one, so then I started going bigger and bigger, and this is the biggest one I've made so far. So I have definitely seen other crafters start doing this, but I think this is the biggest candy corn one I've seen. But, you know, I do go out and look on Etsy too to see what other makers are making, and, you know, gives me an idea of what people like, what people are buying, but also just watching other people create too is so fun. I love it. So everyone who knows me knows my motto is that crafting is therapy, right? It is absolutely therapeutic, and I think we all should have some type of hobby where we do something like this, because we got to get the stress out somehow. Because life sucks a lot of the time. So crafting lets us control things. I am putting this pick in here. It's not going to move. It's going to stay exactly where I want it. It gives me control. And I like that, because I'm a control freak after what I've been through. I don't like surprises anymore. I want to know exactly what's coming. I don't like the unknown. All right. Hold on for just a second, guys. So this is a little handheld vacuum. It's battery operated, teeny tiny. But this gets my glitter so good. Like, it just, boom. They make a rechargeable version of this too. With chargeable batteries. I think it runs on USB, but I just use AA's that recharge. But I mean, this gets the glitter up like nothing else. I've used a dust buster. It doesn't even come close to getting it as good as this little guy gets it. This teeny tiny little thing. So, yeah. So this little guy, he really sucks. But I mean that like in the best possible way. All right. I do have an Amazon storefront. Not that I've ever really done much with it, but I do have some products out there, including that one. I love that one. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. I think we are at the point now where we want to start putting in our florals. So I'm going to go grab, we're going to grab our orange ones. And don't forget, we still have this too. And we have some pumpkins too. So let me go grab the other goodies we're going to stick in there. bees. This is a little surprise thingy for the end. So I've got these, and don't laugh. These came from the Dollar Tree. They were actually pretty decent quality. Now they're not as good as the ones that we used to be able to get at Michael's, and I haven't seen them this year, honestly, at Michael's. But for $1.25, and they're foam, and like I think they seem like they're going to hold up really well. So I'm excited to use these. So I'm just trying to see where I can fit it. Sorry about that, guys. Because I don't have it facing me, I can't hit the thing on the camera because apparently it just times you out after an hour. So, I don't know if you missed what I did, but I was just kind of putting some roses in there, and then I did a little bit of trimmy on some of the tails. But what I wanted to do was actually, before I put the florals in the back, I want to figure out where do I want my orange in the front. I had been thinking potentially putting one here, but I think that's almost too much floral in one spot. I think that's enough. I think I'm going to try to put it here, actually. Because I can see that, but there's like a little bit of a little gappy right here, right? So if I put it in here, let's see what it would look like. Well, then that kind of gets hidden too. All right, so we're going to put that back there. We'll come at it from that way. All right, we're going to add a little orange onto the side. That's how we're going to do it. All right, so if you've just joined, I have a pumpkin that I got from the At Home store. It is a light up jack-o'-lantern, and we are decorating him in a candy corn theme, which is my personal favorite. I love candy corn. It is a staple of my diet, of my diabetic diet. I really should not be eating it, but alas, life is short, and I'm careful just a little bit at a time. All right, so we just added in an orange rose over here, okay? So then let's see where else we want to add in. Maybe I think maybe down here a little bit. But I would need a taller stem, so let's see if this one would reach. Let's see. Yep, I think so. All right, we're gonna use this one. All right, come down here. Going a little further. Come on, baby. There we go. There we go. All right, and that comes out a little further. Perfect. Bend it just a little bit. All right. Loving how this is going. All right. So now let's add in some more florals. You know, but before I do the florals, I'm going to put this in. So this is that sucker. And I love this sucker. I think it's really, really cute. I added one in the one I made for myself. I do have to cut down the stem probably a little bit, but super, super cute. Uh-oh, there's a little something funky going on with the ribbon. Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. There we go. All right. I've got this, and I've been waiting to put this in. I'm going to put this right here, okay? Because I think that looks really cute right there. So that means I'm going to have to cut my stem down to about here. Okay, so I'm going to cut the stem. But then I have to cut the ribbon and add just a little bit of dab of glue just to get it on there temporarily. And then I'm putting a whole bunch of glue on the whole thing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I just want to make sure that it doesn't start to unravel. So perfect. Look at that. It's still high enough you can just see the bow. It's still on there. Got this whole rounded shape going right. That looks awesome. Awesome. Okay. Then we're going to finish it up, and we're going to put some more florals on the back. So I'm going to start with, put a little orange in here, a little touch of orange. And I can see some of the foam, so if I put this in here, then that camouflages it, and I can't see it anymore. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I definitely want something in here too, so let's take a look at, black or orange. So I think I want to put a black one in there, so I'm going to go for a shorter black. We've got okay. Let's see how it's going to stick out. Yeah, that should be okay. All right, so I'm going to put in here, try to finish the back. Pushing him in. There we go. All right. Just going to go up a little higher, pull these branches down a little lower. All right. Nice. Kind of separates it out. And we've got these leaves. Perfect. And I want an orange floral right in here. So that's what I'm going to use this. Actually, I'm going to use this one because it's shorter. I don't need to have a really long stem. I'm going to save my long stemmed ones for where I need height. And it might not even be on this project. Probably a different one. So I'm going to just trim it right here. Glue. Put it in. All right. Nice. So that is in there. Okay. Got lots of our florals in here. Looking good. Now I just want to balance it out by adding in, oh, he's flying around in there. There he goes. I want to put in some leaves. So I have, these are just kind of some taller leaves, and they're pushers, so I can push these up and down. Just to add just a little bit of, I don't know, whatever we need to. So for example, this one, and I'll take a little bit off. All right. So I apologize if you were in my live earlier. It stopped by itself because it said I was inactive. You know, I'm not inactive. I'm still here. I'm doing stuff. All right. Just adding and just filling it in a little bit. So there's like some gap right back there. Doesn't have to be a lot, and that's why I like this bush in particular, because I mean it adds stuff, but it's not chock full, right? It's still airy, and I like that. I'm trying not to make things I do be overly dense. I'm dense enough as it is. I don't want my projects to be dense too. We're just adding some stuff in there. I'm going to go in here with the glue gun, just make sure I add a little bit more glue at the base for the lollipop. There we go. He's a boingy little guy. Boing, boing, boing. He's so cute though. So cute, so cute. All right. I do see a spot where I want to add just kind of a shorter one. I just want to add this just to kind of cover some airspace, I guess you could say. There we go. I put it right in here, and it's, you know, we don't really see it on the height, but it's kind of just filling in some of the little gaps we have there. Right here is where I really want to add some of these into. All right, so is this too tall? Let's see. No, I think that'll be good. All right. Now, it's got to go behind it. There we go. It almost makes it look like it's the leaves coming off of the rose, and I like that. All right. But I do want to put one up here for height. Here we go. Doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. Perfect. Looking good. I'm gonna add some shorter pieces of this right behind the bow. There's been this gap that I have been trying to cover. It's kind of right here, right behind the pump, right in front of the pumpkin. There. Wait, move that, move those leaves over there. There we go. All right. I've got 2 more pieces, so I'm gonna figure out where to put the rest of these. Thank you. A little fairy in that, you know, you could. There's lots of little things you can put in there. You can put a gnome. You can hide a little gnome guy in there. Maybe that would be kind of fun. There's no place like gnome. There's no place like gnome. All right, I'm gonna put this. There we go. Perfect. Added just a little touch of black in here is what I was looking for. Just a little bit extra. Alright, and I think the last one, I want to have something kind of coming out over here. So, I think right in here is where we're going to go. And then we're kind of closing in on really being finished with this, which is amazing. Perfect. I am loving that. Loving it. Loving it. Okay, so clean this up a little bit. I can start taking what I consider is like my final pass, taking a look at it. There's one last thing that I'm gonna do that I've been keeping a surprise for the whole time. Here we go. So here's the back. Got that little guy. I want this little guy to be a little taller. Here we go. Can we make him a little bit taller? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Kind of balance that out a little bit better. Okay. So last thing I want to do is take, I have this pick from Dollar Tree of all places. Their foam candy corns were on point, really. I mean, they were great. I couldn't find many more of them. I went looking all over the place, couldn't find any. I gotta scope out some of the other ones near me, but I'm just gonna use one of these. So what I want to do first is I always make sure I'm going to add a little extra glue in the bottom so that it doesn't go anywhere. All right, staying in there. And I'm going to stab it in here, but I'm going to do it right here so that it kind of comes up and kind of comes out. All right, so. And it's going to look like he's in the center of the bow, but I'm trying not to glue him directly in the center of the bow. I want him to be wired. just bend him a little bit. And he looks like he's meant to be in the center. Now I am going to maybe add a little bit of glue to the back of him in one spot, just to catch a little bit of the bow. Loop. Let's not burn yourself, you dumb hoe. Ooh. I burnt myself. I burnt myself. I knew I was going to do it. And guess what? I'm going to do it again. Because I don't learn. I don't learn. I never learn. Oh. We suffer for our craft, do we not? We do. All right. So it's got just a little bit of glue just to kind of make sure it's not moving around. But you can't see the stick. It's in there with the foam. I'm going to fluff out my loops. I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way so that you can see our... I don't know. Is this a boy or girl? I guess it doesn't have to have a gender. It's got a nice big bow, but that doesn't mean that it's a girl. All right, let's take a look. Here is this ginormous light up. It's got a almost 3 foot long cord on the back, so he will light up. I don't have any extra open spots on my electrical cords, otherwise I would light it up. But here we go. Here's the front. We're going to rotate. Here we go. Going around to the back. Oop, little piece of glue. All right. This will be on Etsy. This actually is, there is a listing, a placeholder listing that is already there on Etsy. I think it's called Giant Candy Corn Pumpkin, something like that. But it's just a graphic with the text on it. That was my placeholder for this. I'm going to go take the pictures and update the listing with the pictures of this, but you can get this on Etsy. My shop name is sweetariadecor.com. If you go to that, it's going to redirect you right away to my Etsy shop, and this should be listed pretty much right up at the top because it was a new listing. So it's going to be out there. It is big. Big is beautiful, baby. Big is beautiful. So I just have so much fun making these. So much fun. I don't know. But I should be making my tomato cage trees. I'm a little behind on those. I think I only have like 8 of them made so far. My goal is to make 40 this season. So I got a lot of work in front of me, but that's okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me. Just to give here for scale. This is my head and this is the giant pumpkin. So this is going to be on Etsy, sweetariadecor.com. My name is Linda. Aria is my daughter. I named my business after her, but I don't know if she wants it. She's only 11, so we'll see. But that's my site, and you can follow me on all the social medias. I will have the full recording for making this will be posted on my Tube of the U channel, if you know what I mean, wink, wink. I like to put all my recordings out there because I don't just make, I like to teach as well. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your week, and let's all agree that it's okay to put our Halloween decorations outside now, right? September 1st? All right, we're all agreed. We took a vote. All right, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. You can shop my store at sweetariadecor.com, and you can follow me all over social media.